Christopher C., if Pickett and Trubisky both played 8.5 games this year, who would have the better season? Injuries don't occur. In this scenario, it means I would assume that Trubisky starts the year and then gives way to Pickett. Probably means the veteran wasn't playing that great, but either way, I'm going to go with Pickett over Trubisky. Sorry, Trubisky truthers.
Reggie Wallace, you're next up here. Diontae Johnson is unhappy and wants a new deal. Could he get a new deal or will he get traded? I like NFL rumors a lot, and this is a new one that's starting to pop up. And again, this is the overreaction part of the offseason, right? Player doesn't show up to OTAs or voluntary workouts, and people panic a little bit. I will say this, though. The Pittsburgh Steelers have historically been a team that doesn't pay top receivers. Antonio Brown, traded them. Mike Wallace, moved on from him. I'm trying to think. Santonio Holmes, they moved on from him. Like, this is an organization, Martavis Bryant, they weren't afraid to move on. Like, they have never really committed towards a receiver, Juju. They just moved on from him. So if Deontay's like, pay me or trade me, might be a bad situation. So, shout out to producer Jack for making this on the fly. Should the Steelers give Diontae Johnson a new deal? 1 for yes, 0 for no. You're talking about a player who's getting ready to enter his 4th year, coming off a season where he had over 100, I think he had 107 catches last season. I want to say 1,161 yards off the top of my head. Hopefully that's correct. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Should the Steelers give Diontae Johnson a new deal? What up, Evan Hinder? Steelers should sign Jerrick McKinnon. So Jerrick McKinnon. I was a big fan of McKinnon, actually, when he was first coming out of college. Then he had a phenomenal year with the Minnesota Vikings, signed a big-time deal with the 49ers, got banged up a little bit. But I was impressed by the way he looked in the Kansas City Chiefs offense last year. I will say, I pump my brakes when I say that because Kansas City has a dynamic offense. But McKinnon looked better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the first-round pick. If McKinnon's healthy and you need him to be we'll just say a pass-catching back on any offense, I do think it's interesting, but that would really hurt my Najee Harris fantasy stock because I have Najee Harris as a potential top 5 running back this upcoming season.
Christopher again. If you've seen Peter King's NFL Power Rankings, who has gotten the most hype and the most love? In my opinion, Detroit ranked 20th is too much love, and the Steelers hit it on too much at 23. You know what? I think that's a pretty good list there. I think Detroit is going to be better this season. I really do. I also don't think they're 20th yet. The Saints at 11, I know Saints fans are going to hate me. If we're factoring in just talent and not playing in the NFC, I think they should be lower. Ahead of teams like Denver and Tennessee. I can't get on board with that one. Steelers at 23, Browns at 18. Both feel kind of low. I think there's a gap after Pittsburgh in terms of his rankings, but I think that's a good list there for the Steelers. A super chat to begin from $10. Hit which on the spot, but as of right now, who do you have winning all divisions? Any surprises? Maybe the Vikings sneak up and take the Northland Packers. You put in $10, super chat, we'll get it going here. I'll go Bills in the AFC East. Give me the Ravens to go from worst to first in the AFC North. Colts in the AFC South. Pick an AFC West team. I'll go Chargers. We'll have some fun there. Cowboys in the NFC East. Packers in the North. Bucks in the South. And give me the Rams again in the West. So a repeat of all the NFC teams. I'll go above and beyond here. Wild card teams in the NFC. Give me the Niners. Give me the Eagles and Vikings as the other 3 teams. And then in the AFC, Chiefs, Broncos, and Browns in the AFC. Bengals hit that Super Bowl hangover. From Aldo, teams doing a great job, but which teams are you most excited to watch this year on national TV? I can't wait to see if Miami gets to the playoffs. My answer here is probably to see how some of those young quarterbacks are emerging. How does Justin Herbert, does he take another step forward? Does Kyler Murray break out this year? How does Zach Wilson look? How did Justin Fields look? At some level, it's every NFL team I'm excited to see play outside of maybe some obvious rebuilding ones. But I think there's a lot of young talent at the quarterback spot hoping to break out. and that matters a lot as kind of the older regime begins to be shuffled out in the NFL. A request for you guys now in the comments section. Shout out your favorite player on your team. Could be current or past. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments. From Smokey McKenzie, who is your number one draft prospect in next year's draft, any position except quarterback? I love Will Anderson. That is the Bama edge rusher. That is the right answer for me. Had he been eligible, Anderson would have been the consensus number one player by a massive margin this class. He was special last year for Alabama. Beyond him, the other big name, Jamal Carter, the D tackle from Georgia, who I thought was maybe the best player on that Georgia defense last year and was kind of under the radar because he didn't have to play that much in the end in terms of like the impact, etc. From that perspective. Sorry, Jalen Carter. I think I misspoke. Jalen Carter is the name, not whatever I said earlier. Jalen Carter is my number 2. Alec G, who retires first, Brady or Rodgers? I'm gonna go Brady. That feels like the wrong answer. Imagine asking someone this like 5-10 years ago. Unanimous Brady, and you would have been right technically, but now Brady's back. I'll go Brady. He's got that deal with Fox to like be set for life. He's making I think it's like the 7th highest paid quarterback from them, which is hysterical. I think Brady calls it a career first, but who knows? I'm unconvinced Brady's even human, to be honest. Help us get to 300,000 subscribers here at Chat Sports. We have daily NFL and NBA videos. If you want in on that, it's simple, folks. Hit that big red button and subscribe. Samuel Rowe, how many NFL teams could Georgia's defense stop? Very few. The reality is that as loaded as that Georgia defense was, how many of them went in the first round? Not that many. There's a bunch of great NFL talent, make no mistake about it, but it's NFL players versus the best college players. If it's even and both teams are locked in, NFL's winning every time. That said, if it was led by Urban Meyer, maybe Jacksonville last year. They were a dumpster fire. If you want uncensored and free NFL videos, you got to follow us on Rumble. We do NFL Daily After Hours roughly once a week over there. Post all of our videos, and you can listen to it podcast style in background on the app, which you can't do really on YouTube. So go support us. Help us feed our families. Rumble.com/NFL Daily. I know Eagles fans don't want Rager anymore, and I get it. So name a player you want your team to trade for. Trade away. Let me know in the comments right now.